I think I can answer the why question. First of all, I don't think fly fishing is a spiritual endeavor, as it is, apparently it is for some people. For me, the places where fly fishing occurs can have strong spiritual connections, but the fishing itself is not. For me, fly fishing can be intriguing and engrossing and fascinating and exciting, and mostly it's just a lot of fun.
You have all these expectations going into the day, and the first part of the day today, I was really concerned because we launched the drift boats. We're set up in the first hole. Al takes a cast. He's into a fish right away. And then I look at my rod, and for some reason I had missed a guide. And so I was like, oh shoot. So I had to like take all the line out and, set the line through the guides again. And as I'm doing that, I get this tangle, and I hope that this doesn't set the stage for the day, because, you have those days when you're out where sometimes everything just goes wrong, and it usually starts right at the beginning of the day. And I thought, shoot, like this is gonna be one of those days. I get everything set back up. I don't bring anything up in that hole. But as we're floating down, the guy does it's the 100% classic trout rise situation. He says, cast that dry that I put on for you, a foot from the bank, a foot from that log, and just let it drift nicely through it. Little men, let it drift nicely through it. So I did that. Fish comes up, boom, into the first fish of the day, and so as I'm bringing it in, I'm thinking, oh good, it's not gonna be one of those days, where the tangles are happening. It's not gonna be one of those days. Yeah, we might have to, oh shoot. Oh no. He went upstream into that stump. Honestly, probably like 5 seconds after I thought that, I see this log in the water, and I think, oh, I sure hope that my line doesn't get wrapped around that as I'm fighting this fish. And sure enough, that's exactly what happens. Fish is still on the line, but somehow I kind of jiggled it a bit, and the line comes off the log, and I was able to land the fish. That was a good one. Good call. Good call. Nice job, Steve. He's a good thick fish, eh?
Started out fishing dries, and right off the bat we had a couple of good fish. Derek and Al both hooked up, and from that point on things changed a little bit, and we had some kind of tough fishing.
Jeff, look at the grassy bank.
What?
Right down there, hit that. Oh, that'll do it. What a spot.
Come
what a
on.
Spot.
We fished a lot of different patterns. We started out with dry flies and then went on to fishing some streamers. We fished nymphs. Man, we fished just about everything. We had a lot of fish on, a lot of good takes, but we had a lot of fish that we lost at distance, long distance releases or whatever you want to call them.
On the green bug. He's gone, don't worry about it. I didn't like that one anyway. Yeah, he got off. Our day in the elk was in many ways typical of what you find on, just a day fishing. It started out pretty good. We caught a couple of fish right away, and then kind of a nasty wind came up that made the casting difficult.
That was no good.
And then we started hooking some fish and losing some fish. That was mostly what seemed to be happening, and the experience was pretty similar for everybody. They were finding some fish, getting them to come up to our dry flies.
Oh, there's a fish.
But they were just taking them with, not with full conviction.
He came up and put his mouth around it, but didn't close his lips.
There we go.
Oh, good job. We caught a few fish, but they weren't kind of the classic larger Elk River fish.
As the day went on, the fishing got better, especially as we got in toward the evening. Fishing a stretch up above, a lot of blue wings coming off, starting to pick up a few fish, and pulled out a few of the small ones before we got a little bigger cutties, so very nice.